You send a text, no reply for an hour. Your mind doesn't stay quiet. Maybe they're angry. Maybe the friendship is over. None of that happened, but your brain already lived through it. Why does this happen? Why does your mind reach for the worst possible outcome almost instantly? The answer isn't weakness. It's something far older and far stranger than that. Your brain was never built to make you happy. It was built to keep you alive. For most of human history, alive meant alert. Alert to danger, alert to anything that could end your life before sunset. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades studying how the human mind processes risk. His research revealed something uncomfortable. Humans are not rational threat assessors. They are pattern matchers wired for survival, not accuracy. The mind doesn't calculate the most likely outcome. It calculates the most dangerous one, then treats that danger as if it's already real. This is called the availability heuristic. A vivid, frightening possibility feels more probable than a calm one, simply because it's easier to imagine. A rustling bush might be wind, it might be a predator. For 10,000 generations, the humans who assumed predator survived. The ones who assumed wind sometimes did not. That's the inheritance sitting inside your skull right now. Every time your mind jumps to the worst case, it's running an ancient program built in a world of actual lions, actual famine, actual death around every corner. But you don't live in that world anymore. Most of what threatens you today isn't physical. It's social. A delayed reply, a missed deadline. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a predator and a text message. It reacts to both the same way. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux has spent his career mapping exactly where that alarm lives. Deep inside the brain sits a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. It scans constantly, faster than conscious thought, looking for anything resembling danger. When it finds something, it doesn't wait for permission. Heart rate climbs, muscles tighten, thoughts narrow toward the worst case because in the body's logic, slow thinking gets you killed. Here's what surprises most people. The amygdala isn't trying to make you suffer, it's trying to protect you. Worst case thinking is the mind rehearsing danger before it happens, so you're not caught off guard. It's preparation, not malfunction. But why does the worst case always win? Why not imagine the best outcome instead? Evolution answers that bluntly. A missed opportunity rarely killed your ancestors. A missed threat sometimes did. Psychologists call this negativity bias. Bad outcomes get processed faster, remembered longer, and weighted more heavily than good ones. It's not pessimism, it's asymmetry. Survival rewarded caution far more than optimism. That single asymmetry explains a lot of modern suffering. The same wiring that watched for tigers in tall grass now watches for rejection in a message. The threat changed. The system hasn't caught up. Here's the twist most people never hear. The brain doesn't actually predict the future when it imagines worst-case scenarios. It rehearses the past. Every catastrophic thought you've ever had borrows from memory and fear, stitched together into something that feels new but is built from old material. Your mind isn't seeing tomorrow, it's recombining yesterday. That means the worst case scenario playing in your head right now isn't a prophecy. It's a guess, dressed up to feel certain, and certainty is the trick. It convinces you to prepare as if danger is confirmed, not just possible. Researcher Aaron Beck, the founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, called this catastrophizing, assuming the worst and treating it as most likely. His insight wasn't that these thoughts were nonsense, it was that they were automatic and almost never questioned. By the time you're aware of the fear, your body has often already responded. The feeling arrives first, the explanation arrives after. This is why telling yourself to stop worrying rarely works. You're reasoning with a system that activates before reasoning begins. Once you understand the mechanism, something shifts. The next time your mind reaches for catastrophe, you can name it. Not weakness, not fragility, just an ancient alarm system still scanning for lions in a world that mostly contains emails and deadlines. You don't have to obey every alarm. You can notice it and ask one quiet question. Is this a real threat or an old one wearing a new disguise? That question won't silence the alarm. It was never built to be silenced, but it gives you something evolution never offered your ancestors. A pause between the warning and the reaction. So tonight, When your mind starts building its worst case story, remember what you now know. That voice isn't predicting your future, it's echoing a past where caution kept your bloodline alive long enough to become